Sillies? Fresh out of Sillies.
Fresh out of Sillies.
We better bring the Sillies. Because we're about to get wacky up in here.
Shall we play a game?
Hey, what's going on Facebook? It is Matt Ketchum, and you are live with the Season 3 debut. Did I mess up?
No.
We're going to keep it rolling.
No, we just both started doing this.
Okay.
She's like, oh, this is what we're supposed to do.
You are live with the Season 3 debut of Game for Change, and guys, you know, it's been a little bit since everyone has seen us, but we're glad to be back and ready to get back at it. So, if you're watching right now, people may be thinking, things look a little bit different. You know, that's fair. Very fair statement to say. And one of the things that we really wanted to announce first and foremost is that Game for Change is now powered by Olathes Realty. Really, really cool stuff, and an organization, a business, I should say, here in town that cares about the community just as much as we do. And we're glad that we get to take this journey together, and just, you know, we're very, very happy to have them be part of our team. So if you have any kind of real estate needs whatsoever, looking for a house, you want to see some current listings, want to talk to some awesome agents, please check out our friends at Olathes Realty at 479-968-5668, or you can go online to their website, russellvilleliving.com. But like we said, it is the revamped Superhero Studios. I'm joined, as always, by my partners in crime, Mr. Joey Balch. How you doing, sir?
Kind of scared because now they can see us a little bit better.
They can see us a little bit better.
And, I'm not sure if they're ready for that.
Possibly not.
And speaking right there, Mr. Jeremy Hames. How you doing, sir?
I'm here.
Mr. Demon Slayer, a.k.a. Nanny, a.k.a. PlayStation, a.k.a. Bullfrog, a.k.a. Chef.
Yeah, I'll take Chef.
A man of many names. So, guys, it's been a little bit. How have you been?
Doing pretty good. Just,
You have a 1-year-old now.
Yeah. 1-year-old.
It's true.
Yeah. This is a fact.
This is
It's something that has
This is
happened
the fact.
since the last time we were on the air.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Apocalypse happened.
Snowpocalypse did happen. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy times.
I was happy.
Yeah, you were happy.
I was happy.
Got some time off.
Yeah, I'll take that. It wasn't a planned vacation, but it was much needed.
Yes.
Very nice. Hey, if you guys have any stories from Snowpocalypse, Copocalypse? I don't feel like that's right.
That's definitely not right.
That's definitely
No.
not right. I'm definitely already in mid-season form, as
Right.
I can tell. So I've been training for this moment. But
That's
if
the
you,
word of the day.
that is the word of the day.
Smokeapocalypse.
Yes. So if you guys have any stories from your time in the snow, please let us know down below. Let's hang out. Let's talk. But more importantly, let's talk about why we're here tonight for this Season 3 debut. We have a very, very interesting guest tonight. Somebody who, really from the very first time the Game for Change was announced, she's been a big supporter from the get-go.
Oh, yeah.
She's a very vibrant personality. She's a beautiful soul. She's a wonderful friend. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest tonight, Miss Amanda George.
Hello. Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
Golf claps.
Oh, thanks.
And Amanda, who are you representing tonight?
Tonight, I am representing the Junior Auxiliary of Russellville, a organization that I'm a part of and is very, very dear to my heart.
Very
Excited
Very cool. So we will have plenty to talk about. We're going to talk about JA in general tonight. We're going to get to know them just a little bit better, and we're also going to get to know about their huge event, the biggest one of the year. Am I wrong?
Yes.
Or not? Okay.
Yes. It is a huge event.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
You are not wrong. It is a huge event. It is an annual event. I'm excited to talk about. I won't spoil anything yet because we have lots of information later. But
Absolutely. So when we reached out to Amanda and we asked her, what kind of game you would like, she responded with a very interesting choice, one that we had not had suggested on our show yet. A very iconic game.
Oh, yeah.
I would certainly say one of the.
I do believe it's been suggested by her in the comments, though.
probably
Also true.
I believe I suggested that I would battle my brother-in-law Zach George.
Yes, that was it.
That could still happen.
Instead, you'll have to sell it for us.
Yes. Well, I still feel like I'll dominate. It's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
bringing the smoke.
Bringing the smoke.
It's like literally the only video game I know how to play. Like this game, I won't spoil it because you haven't said it yet. This game
It's
and
on the
Frogger
screen.
are
Yeah,
literally.
you can announce it if you'd like.
We're gonna play Tetris.
Yeah.
It's my favorite game. I literally know how to play this game and Frogger and like The Sims. I don't know if you count that as a video game,
That's
but
definitely a video game.
that's
Yes,
Video game.
that would be an interesting game sometime on G4C.
just like build lives. Build
It seems more like a margin for error.
It
kind
does
of,
seem like a margin for error. Which
like
beginning?
We could actually build like G4C.
We could.
just of us all, like, if we were all roommates, I guess.
Interesting. Interesting.
You have to have the cheat codes though, because it doesn't work without cheat codes.
It definitely works without cheat codes.
I've never played.
You gotta grind and
cheat
do it the
codes.
hard way.
Yes, just like real life.
No way.
Just real quick, a couple people chiming in. Miss Jenna Cahoon in the chat.
Friend of the show.
Huge friend of the show.
My girl.
Thank you so much for all your support during the 24-hour show. And Mrs. Balch herself chiming in, saying, my friend. She's joining us
Hey,
in the chat
friends.
as well. So
My bestie.
tonight we're going to have a ton of fun getting to just explore the new show in some ways. We're going to be playing some games. We're going to be learning about JA, and I'm excited to get to it. How about you guys?
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right. Controller? Because I do not know.
Who's gonna start it?
I believe the honorary first game should go to our guest.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I mean, you
It's
were
time to put up or shut up.
yeah, you were talking, so
If you've ever.
So y'all play together.
It doesn't matter. What's gonna
You're gonna play Jeremy,
These two
Okay.
buttons.
Okay.
Those are the only two buttons you have to worry about.
Okay.
and then this is to move it.
Oh. Okay. Awesome. I'm really good at trash talking. We'll see how it goes.
We want to do one or two player, both of us.
Sure.
Both of you.
yeah. See what happens. So before we
Jenna
get to
uses cheat
sorry.
codes.
Does she?
Yeah.
Not in Tetris, only in The Sims. That's
So here's a good question. What level? Are you gonna start it on 0?
Let's not get crazy.
Okay.
Like,
You might want to go up then, because you're on level 3 currently.
oh,
You want-
let's like 1. Do we start at 1?
0 is the slowest.
Let's start at 0. We,
Okay.
got a slow build.
Okay.
Do I press like? Oh, good. Okay.
You got it.
I got
Good.
it. You're on this side.
Left side.
Wait, I'm on the left.
Yes.
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 Thanks, Reds.
Wow.
It's gonna be really hard for her to game and
Yes.
talk at the same time.
Yes.
Yes.
As most people realize when they come on our show, but we're gonna try to power through it nonetheless. One thing that we do before we get into the meat of the conversation about the organizations, we like to get to know the people that come on the show first and foremost. When Jenna was on, we had a really interesting segment, that you chimed in on. That we asked you your opinion on her, so that was really cool. So I'm gonna ask you just a really easy question.
Okay.
Probably the easiest one you're gonna get all night. Tell us about yourself and who is Amanda George?
Oh gosh.
No, I don't feel like that's ever the easiest question. I
It's
feel like
not.
that might be the hardest.
I'm
When
just
I'm gonna
setting it up.
Explain yourself.
Oh gosh.
Hey, explain.
Yes.
Explain this.
Explain.
No, when you sent me the notes with the questions and it says easy question, I was like, I don't feel like that's an easy question. Well, my name is Amanda George.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
I am married to Nathan George, who
Friend of the show.
has also been on the show, I believe.
Was he?
Was he? Or did he just hang out? Did I make that up?
No, he was on the show.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no.
Jenna says we cannot ask her this question while she's gaming.
Yeah, she's in the zone.
Okay. I have 2 children. Oh, that was a terrible move.
Yep.
I have 2 children. Jax will be 2 at the end of this month, and Anna Kate is 6, almost 6 in May. I keep saying I have a 2 and a 6-year-old, and it feels so weird. You know how that is.
Yeah, definitely.
When they're right on that cusp. So weird.
I have a 1-year-old.
I know you have one.
It's weird.
I have a 12-year-old.
Oh, that is weird.
That's really weird.
You're
Oh.
almost 30.
Yeah, I'm close.
I am a teacher. I teach 3rd grade at Sequoia here in Russellville. And I'm from Darnell originally. And I really like to play Tetris sometimes.
We see.
Sometimes.
We see.
And then sometimes she likes to stand on chairs.
Oh. This is not going to be fun. You know way too much about me to be here. I do like to stand on things. It's a thing that I do.
It's a thing you do?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, that was terrible. Listen.
Don't worry, I'm not doing too hot over here at the
Oh,
moment.
good. I haven't even looked over there. I can't even.
Yeah, don't worry about Jeremy. He'll end
Yeah,
up making
you do
himself
you.
lose.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm not good at this game.
I don't know how good I'm going to at this game.
So you mentioned that you're originally from Darnell.
Yes.
You know, how long did it take for you to kind of integrate over to this side of the river, as they say?
Well, I moved to Russellville when I was 24, I believe. And I taught at Dardanelle, actually, for 4 years. And then I moved over and started working at Sequoia. And that actually, interesting segue, is one of the reasons that I joined Junior Auxiliary, because I think a lot of times we think that like Darnell and Russellville are super closely integrated, but they're not always. And I really didn't know a lot of people. And, you know, my husband owns a business in town, and we wanted to get more involved in the community, but I didn't know a lot of people to be able to do that.
That was stressful.
And I wanted to get to know more people and also help in the community. And so I really enjoyed being a part of the Russellville community now.
So this is actually, speaking of segues,
It's the perfect
It's a very perfect
to the next
segue.
question.
real quick, I want to point out 2 things. Jenna, we see your comment, and it is being addressed. Appreciate that. And 2, I just want to personally say thank you for being a teacher, because especially from this past year alone, it certainly, I'm sure, has been a struggle. Different, to say the least.
Yeah, a lot of challenges that
It has definitely been different.
we weren't ready for, but we've gotten through a lot of
Yes.
real challenges.
Yeah. So you're sharing your story. We're talking about you're wanting to get involved with the community. So a very good segue, like Joey said, is what is it that you love about the community?
Of Russellville. Sorry, I'm very focused. This is really hard. I was
You're
not
crushing it, by
anticipating
the way.
this. Oh, well, thank you. I was not anticipating how difficult it would be to answer questions. I thought a lot of things about this show, but I did not think this was going to be difficult.
This is generally why I rarely play.
Well, this is one of those zone out games.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
like,
really
and
is.
so-
Yeah.
one of the things that I really love about Russellville is the willingness of people to help. I think there's such. Did I win?
You're at 30 lines, so you move up to level 1.
I don't know if I'm ready.
She brought the smoke.
I really love when there's a need in this community, people are quick to jump and say, what can I do? How can I help? And that's just really great. It's just a really great familial type community, I feel like.
It's a good word.
It's a really good way to put it.
A couple people real quick. Miss Collins, Kelly herself, saying, hey, Amanda. And
It's my sister.
she says Amanda has to talk and play at the same time. This is hard for her.
She knows me.
She did win. That is correct. And Jamie chiming in saying, "Hey, friends, Jamie, how are you doing?
Hello.
Thank you for jamming with us tonight." So one of the things for this season that, because a lot of the people that we have on are going to be, Russavillians, if that's the right way to say that. Maybe not.
I think it sounds great.
Thank you.
Good job.
And I want to kind of get just more into the community thought, and getting everyone's ideas of that is going to be something that we kind of push going forward. So let's say somebody new moves into the area, you meet them for the first time, and they say, hey, what are some things to do around here? What are your answers?
Oh, it's a good question. I really like this one because I think a lot of times we focus on the things that there are not to do. We think about places like Conway and Little Rock and going places. But my family and I, we have lots of fun doing things right here in Russellville.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have a fantastic local bookstore. We love to take the kids to dog ear. There's so much, there's so much natural stuff to do, hiking around, running at Bonadea, or even taking the kids to run and play at Bonadea. And
You won.
did I win? Yeah.
Oh, you can keep going if you want. It's not gonna stop until you get game over.
Oh, really?
I was like, currently I'm winning in point score.
Oh,
Which I don't
Well,
know
now
at
It's
all.
about to be passed.
hold on.
And it's passed.
Yes. So it's just gonna keep going.
Yeah, basically.
Sweet.
Tetris never
Let's
ends.
just see how far you can go, I guess. And talking at the same time.
Okay.
We'll just watch you.
Oh. I feel like there is one thing that I love here there are great restaurants to eat at, lots of local restaurants. I have just small shout out. Been telling my husband that I've been in the mood for gunslinging for a week now, and he hasn't taken me, so
I know those guys.
We have a connection to
we should
gunslinging.
shout him out. Take your wife to gunslinging.
I see him every once in a while when he comes in.
Yeah. Well, that's that's one of those husband and wife things. He gets to eat out. I mean, as a teacher, I don't get to leave a lot for lunch. And so he gets to eat out at restaurants for lunch a lot. And I do not. And so he'd be like, well, I just had that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I didn't.
Kelly chiming in. She says she loves the arcade. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we do love the arcade.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Huge fans of Garage Arcade. Yes. Yes. Make sure you go tell Emily we said hello.
Yes.
Go check them out.
Emily's the bomb.
And she also says Art Walk. Oh, man. That is a good one, too.
Yes.
I miss Art Walks.
Good thoughts. I know. I always say on Art Walk night, don't pay for food. Go to Joshua's. They have the best dinner on Art Walk night.
This is true.
The ladies at Joshua's always do an amazing job. One of which is Joey's wife, my bestie Abby, and all the other ladies there do some great. They can cook. I'm not a cook, so I surround myself with people who can.
I'm smart.
Very, very wise.
Sound familiar, Matt?
Much wisdom.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh no!
Shots fired.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's
I see
okay.
you.
We're resourceful. That's what it is. So when the zombie apocalypse happens,
She's rolling with it.
it's fine. Listen, I've thought a lot about this.
Okay.
All my friends in college were hospitality majors, so I would plan these like cookouts, and I'd have the plan, and I'd just go in the kitchen and like start pretending like I knew what I was doing, and they'd be like, "It's fine, Amanda, we got this." I was like, "Okay, cool."
I like it.
It's important to have friends. It's important to have friends that have strengths where you have weaknesses.
That's true. All my friends just burn me repeatedly.
It's important to have those friends too that keep us humble, right?
That is our strength.
I got stuck.
Are you still going?
Yeah,
yeah.
he's-
yeah.
Doing very well.
I really love this game show. Don't say that because then I mess up.
You're doing very well.
Okay, so we're just gonna keep the easy questions rolling, right?
Okay.
You said you're a teacher,
Mhm.
and everybody is fully aware of how important of a job that is. What exactly was your draw to it?
Oh gosh, that's so funny. We literally we literally had this conversation today. We
You're
were
doing really well.
we were talking about our motivations and things for teaching, and I like this. This sound really like, fancy, but like when I was in college, one of the things that I thought about was how can I impact the next generation, and teaching seemed like the best way to do that for me, because I have a direct impact on the person that they become. And I tell my kids all the time, I hope that you learn reading and math or science or, things that I teach. But more importantly, I want you to go out and be good citizens of the world and be good people. If you go out and you're kind and know that I left that impact on you, that means more to me than, that's probably not the proper teacher answer, because you need to know math and reading and science and all
Right.
that. It's great. But more importantly, you need to be good people. So
I 100% endorse that. Just recently, like me and Rachel were talking about this, and same thing with like raising kids, your own children.
yes,
It's like it's my job to raise you to be a good person,
yes,
to instill the values and things like that. So,
I had a conversation like this about. Did you scoot away?
no,
I'm sorry.
you're good.
I
I'm
had
trying to send you a message.
you sending me a message?
No, I was sent a message.
Oh, okay. I had actually. It's funny that you bring up like our actual children. I had a conversation. Nathan and I have talked, over the years, having children, talking about, what is our end goal? What do we want? I heard a great female pastor talk one time about. She had adult children. She was talking about her and her husband raised her children with these certain ideals in mind, and they had certain goals. And one of the goals I think she said they had was, when our children are adults, we want them to come back into our home and want to hang out with us.
Yeah.
Like we want them to want to come back and spend time with us. And so Nathan and I had a conversation about, what's our end goal with this? What do we want? And what I've always said is, I want my children to know that to me, they are the most important thing in the world. But in the grand scheme of the world, they're no more important than anyone else.
That's good.
It's always been very important to me to know, like, if we all think that we're the most important person in the world, nothing gets accomplished. We all have to realize that, yes, we are important, but we're no more important than anyone else. And my daughter, we were driving to daycare, or we had just dropped off my son at daycare this morning, and she said, I always tell both of my kids, I say, you're my favorite boy in the world, and I say, you're my favorite girl in the world. And then this morning, I said, you're just the best girl in the world. And she said, I know that I'm the best girl in the world to you and Daddy. But I know that, and I was like, was not expecting you to pick this up by 6. Like maybe I need to up my goal a little. But I was like, wow, like just that, like
absolutely.
when you get those little moments in parenting, you like hold on to those.
Yep. That'll be something you think about.
Yes.
Let's see here. Jenna says you do make the best grilled cheese though.
I do. That's a great story.
And Kelly says get it together, Joey.
Yeah, I'm not very good at this game. Apparently.
For once, we found a game that.
Yes.
Oh, actually, 2. Because the last game that we played.
Does it count that you beat me? I mean, did you still
I didn't
technically
beat
beat
you.
me?
No.
Oh, you were just playing?
Yeah.
Okay. I beat Joey one time at fantasy football, like the championship, and it was like, listen, I told you I love to talk trash, but like they came over and we all watched the game together at the very, like, this is the last game, and everyone was like, are you not going to say anything to Joey? And I was like, no, because if I say something, it's going to, and I don't believe it. I don't believe it's going to happen. We're just going to hang out. We're just going to wait. And then at the end, I was like, I beat Joey. I mean, you know how important fantasy football is to Joey. I like.
It's true.
I don't know if he knows that.
I'm well aware.
I may have made a trophy in my house, but we won't talk about that. That's not true. I did.
You can insert your
I don't know if I
initials
can-
if you would like.
Oh,
I don't know if I
You do
believe
have
you.
the 4th highest score.
what?
Man.
Oh, no.
Ah.
Yeah, if you keep it AAA, everybody's gonna think, wow.
All of those are me. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's
Arg.
very touchy.
Arg.
I know.
We're rolling with it. I like it. All right. So, continuing on.
Okay.
Having gotten to know you the last few years, you're definitely somebody. You wear a lot of hats, and you have a lot going on.
I don't know if I've ever seen her wear a hat.
I wore a really big hat one time to the Arkansas Derby.
You're supposed to do that though,
But I
right?
wasn't
Right.
there,
Okay, fair.
so I can't confirm that you did that.
I'll show you a picture later.
Proof.
Another thing that I've gotten increasingly interested in is how people, how exactly, the world is crazy, right?
That's true.
How do you find your center? I kind of word it, like what's my anchor? Like
Mhm.
what is ways that you kind of just bring it all back in?
Oh wow. My my friend viewers would say I'm not great at anchoring because I'm always moving, and I tend to overbook myself easily, and I definitely get involved in so many things, but a big part of that is people for me. I'm such a people person. My husband is a huge anchor. Spending time with my family, my immediate tiny little 4-people family, and also my parents and my in-laws, and I have a very tight-knit immediate family with my parents and my siblings. We're very close, and then what I call my village, my people, just spending time with my friends. My husband knows if I start getting really grumpy, he's like, how long has it been since you've seen your friends? Like, we need to have some people over. We need to do something. Because I just I'm a true extrovert in that, like, I get energy
It fuels you.
from being around people.
And your sister.
Oh, and I said my family. I said my
Yeah,
parents.
but I think she wanted you to call her out specifically.
Specifically, when I get to spend time with my little sister, I call her baby sister. She used to get really mad about that when she was like 17, 18, 19.
How
She
do
was
you
like,
feel
I'm not
about
a
that now?
baby. How do you feel about that now?
Let me find my anchor here. Let me reel this back in.
Yeah, I mean, meditation and stuff like that. I mean, I love prayer and, my quiet time. That's great. But loud and moving and talking, that's my, but also, like,
I can't relate.
no, you can't. I know. I love you though. But you also know, like, when we're all hanging out, when there's a group of people hanging out, it's so funny because, like, everybody will be like crazy and playing a game or doing this other, and then there's like these little like side serious conversations. Like
Yeah.
Cells.
it's very funny.
That a phrase you said about your village and things. That the actual term itself, it takes a village. Like I hear that phrase, and like you are someone that pops up. Like you are the embodiment of that, and very, very cool. So
Thank you.
Nathan says you find your center by talking.
Well, that's accurate. I like to talk a little bit. So both of our children never stop talking. And Nathan will say, I thought I'd get one that was quiet. And I'm just like, my genes are strong. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm sorry. But
Well,
even...
Like me and Abby, we're both kind of reserved and introverted, and Boston is very...
Yeah.
He's very talkative, very, very... he's about the people, trying to figure people out. And I'm just like, what if he's like this? We don't know how to handle this.
So you've got.
I've been training you.
We'll need you.
I've been training you. Somehow I became your wife's best friend, and you didn't know that this was the reason to train you for having an extroverted kid.
That's the sole reason. No other reason.
No, truly, it's because your wife is the bomb.
I believe she's fantastic.
She is absolutely fantastic.
Is this a new segment? Just talking about
Abby.
different adjectives. Is that the right word? Adjective? Is
Fantastic. It's a describing word. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
great.
not good
You're
at
such
the
a good
English
teacher.
language.
No, listen.
We're both gonna leave him hanging and just kind of let him saunter on it for a little bit.
That's generally how.
It's okay. I got my parts of speech mixed up last week on a church Facebook Live. I had corrected my husband, and then had to uncorrect him because he was right and I was wrong.
I make words up,
How hard was that?
so.
It wasn't as hard as it might seem.
So, I just want to say appreciate everybody for hanging out with us. 30 minutes has already rolled by, which is crazy. Having a ton of fun playing Tetris, hanging out with Amanda George tonight, talking shortly about JA and all that they do for our community here. So, just real quick, I just want to reiterate that Game for Change is now brought to you by Alathus Realty. If you have any kind of real estate needs whatsoever, there are agents here that can get you any need that you need filled whatsoever. There's Zero, just rambling on again.
I understand.
But it's a business that loves this community. They love their people. Even the people that have not come in and directly talked to them, they still care about them. Any questions you have, they've got somebody here that can answer those for you. So please make sure you check out our friends, Alathus Realty. You can call them at 479-968-5668, or you can go online to russellvilleliving.com. True friends of the show, they are. So there is somebody missing tonight, unfortunately.
Is it Hamilton?
Actually,
He's actually not on the screen.
Aw.
Hamilton is here. Hamilton is always
I'm so
here.
excited to meet him.
Would you like to hold him?
No, that's okay.
Okay.
You can keep him there.
I'll hold him.
I move with my hands. I don't want to drop him. I feel like it'd be like a Bring It On moment where she drops the. Is that a reference you guys get?
No.
No.
You guys grew up with Bring It On?
I understand the reference though.
She drops the spirit stick.
You don't drop the spirit stick.
It's a curse.
And that's from
Spirit
that movie.
fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, spirit fingers. Yeah,
Finally.
part of that movie.
Unfortunately, our one of our usual guys is not here tonight. He had something come up and he couldn't make it. So, filling the role of the Wu-Dang tonight.
Again.
Whoa! Well, there are so many shots
much
fired.
sass.
Love you, Alan.
Filling the role
Oh,
tonight
nice.
of the Wu-Dang Pig will be Mr. Bucket himself. So we are going to roll into Wu-Dang's Wacky Question.
As long as you don't mind the delayed responses.
All right, so wacky question. I was ready for this. It was kind of thrown at me last minute, but I've been
Drawing that sign.
Oh,
preparing myself for this moment. It feels like subconsciously, I guess. So you know about giraffes, right?
giraffes?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
You know that they're things. So.
I don't know that much about giraffes, but
But you know about them.
Yes, I know that they exist.
Yeah.
So, where on their neck would a giraffe wear a necktie?
Oh no. At the bottom. I feel like it would be like in the bottom. Like that's where you wear a necktie, right? Why would they be different?
But like, there's so much neck.
Yeah, but but you don't wear a necktie like up here.
I do, because that's all my neck is.
He has a beard.
Random side note: if you guys want to see a beard cam, drop us a comment. At the bottom,
You think at the bottom?
I think it would have to be at the bottom.
Kelly says at the bottom.
What about you, Jeremy? What do you think?
Necktie probably have to be at the top.
At the top.
Under the chin.
Okay.
I disagree. I disagree strongly.
Wait.
Because if it's a bow tie, then I could say probably at the bottom.
No, I would feel like the opposite. I feel like the bow tie would need to be near the
No.
face. Because it like frames their...
Do giraffes have chins?
Nobody
Chins?
knows.
It has a bottom jaw. then
Nobody
obviously-
knows?
Rachel, are you here?
So you
Let me
don't know
if
about
have
giraffes.
chins.
And I told you I knew that they existed. That's the extent of my giraffe knowledge. Don't they have a weird colored tongue?
I know that they have a really long tongue.
Yes.
I've gotten to feed one before. It's pretty cool.
It's exciting.
I agree. It should probably be at the bottom.
I absolutely
So I
agree.
think we all outnumber you.
Yeah.
Jeremy being the contrarian once again.
Most of our chat agrees as well. Bottom, because you don't wear one up under your ears, and Kelly chimed in that you don't wear a tie under your chin.
That's what I said.
Random
Way to go,
side
sister.
note: Drew had to tie a tie for me once at your wedding.
Oh no.
How did that turn out? Was it a good?
We had a good father-son moment.
Oh.
I was like, "Love you, Dad," and he goes, "I love you too, son."
It's very touching.
Yeah, that was it.
That was the moment.
This is a hidden fact about my wedding day that
Yep.
I didn't know.
All kinds
I'm
of
glad that
secrets.
something like that could happen. From
All because two people fell in love.
yeah.
See how
I
many-
understood that reference.
Let's see how many 90s country songs I can reference tonight.
Oh, if I had thought about it, we would have had a segment about 90s country.
You know I love 90s country.
Man.
I would be
I would fail that.
Joey would have been out.
Oh.
Yeah, and so would he.
Yeah.
So we
But
could
we could-
like take a
We
break.
could nerd out.
We definitely could. Some Garth?
Yes.
All right. Let me get this train back on track.
Good
Is
luck.
there a track?
No, there's not a track.
There's a paper though. I'm really proud of you. Or notes.
Yes, I another.
Excuse me.
So,
Yes, these are. I actually color coded some
I
of
didn't
these.
notice
I
that.
saw
we actually
that.
have color this time.
Yes,
We're moving up.
we are moving up. I bought
Oh, that
a
was
computer
fun.
recently, and so I was able to work on this. And
That's why.
I showed this to Rachel last night, my wife, and I was like, "Hey, check this out! Like, I'm already done." And she goes, "Wow, that's really cool. You're not used to being done. You know, don't you usually work on it, early in the day or something?" And I said, "No, there are times I work on this during the show." So to be this much ahead,
It's a great accomplishment.
it is a great accomplishment. Thank you, chat, for all your applause. There wasn't any, but thank you nonetheless.
Well, we couldn't hear them. They might have been clapping.
They may have been. Jackie,
I can promise you my sister was clapping for you.
much appreciated. Mine and Joey's mother-in-law chiming in. She says she loves us. Hello. Hello.
I love Jackie.
All right.
Okay, I
Oh,
didn't know that
Hamilton.
he talked.
Yes, he will. He has quite a lot to say.
Okay.
Let's talk about Junior Auxiliary.
All right.
Okay. Founded in 1941. For someone who, thank you so much, Kelly, for clapping. For someone who isn't very familiar with this organization, what exactly is Junior Auxiliary, and what all do they do? You hush. And what all do they do?
Oh, sorry. Okay. So we are an organization. the Junior Auxiliary of Russellville, obviously, is located here in Russellville. And we are an organization of women that work in our community. We do several projects. One really cool thing about JA, I didn't realize how much we did until I became a part of the organization. I mean, the organization, say we have our hand in so many things in this community, and there's so many ways that we help. We have a project called Lunch Buddies where we have lunch with students at schools. We have clothing closet. We help out at the nursing home with bingo, which is super fun. We do, I didn't realize the costume contest that happens every year down at Fall Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Junior Auxiliary is responsible for that.
Oh, cool.
And so we are just a community-based organization that sees a need and fills it.
So I did a little prior research last night, and it is, and I believe you mentioned this, but it's all female based, correct?
Yes.
Very cool. And are they just in Russellville, or are other branches?
No, we have a national organization.
Okay.
Sorry. Ooh. We have, excuse me. We have a national organization. It was actually, I maybe should know this, but there are other branches. We have meetings a couple of times a year where we get to meet with the board of directors and the national level. So, yes.
Okay, very nice. Kind of some of those projects you were mentioning, I did want to go through. The JA website is a really, really good resource for anybody that has any questions about anything they do. Everything is listed. They actually have a tab, Community Projects, and I want to make sure I got all these right. They do projects with child welfare, civic and cultural, community education, and health. And there's probably 5 or 6 different projects listed. So I was completely unaware as well as to everything that you guys do. It's really, really cool stuff. Is there? Well, actually, you just listed some. Is there any that are kind of just more near and dear to your heart?
One thing that I just really love is we have a group me chat that we do where all the members are on. And it's not a specific project, but what I love is when there are emergencies in our community and there's a need that needs to be filled, we have the means to do that. And even if we don't have the immediate means, or if there are other needs, maybe if we don't have the exact size of clothes that are needed, we'll send a message in the group me and say, hey, this is a need that has come up. Can you help out? And there are just people that are ready to say, yes, I can run to Walmart and pick some stuff up, or yes, I have some extra of that size, or just the heart of the ladies in this organization is just phenomenal. I also, I really love, we started a new project this year. Obviously this year, just like for everyone, has been a little weird. And so we have looked for lots of ways that we can get involved without contact, because a lot of our projects, we are right in the mix with everybody, you know. And this year we have started writing letters to residents at the nursing home. And that has just been, every month when I write my letter, I'm just like, you know, I've never met this woman that I'm writing this letter to. No, it doesn't go there. Sorry. I got really excited. You know, I've never met this woman, but just knowing that, like, I'm doing something that is bringing her joy, that is just so special. And it's just been, that's been a really cool thing. Just lots of things like that. Yeah.
Awesome. Got a couple of comments to catch up here. Let's see. Kelly says Hamilton giving us some insight. He's probably the most knowledgeable person.
Very vocal.
Drew Brent commenting and saying Junior Auxiliary is amazing and your producer is a dumpster fire. Those are my notes. Well,
Thank you, Drew.
Thanks.
thank you. We really greatly love our producer Justin for all he does for us, and
Yeah, shout out for making us look good. Sound
shout
good.
out, absolutely. And then Kelly
Thanks,
saying that JA pours into the high school students with Crown Club and gets high school girls involved with the community service. So that was actually a question I had.
Yes,
What-
well, I didn't bring up Crown Club.
Okay,
I read my notes. No, you're good. Hey, you're the boss here.
That is so not true.
That's a
Well, the collective boss. I
Well,
mean,
you're the conductor of the proverbial train that we were driving earlier.
well, that's
The
frightening.
train that is going in circles. We are a Christmas train.
Oh,
Hey,
that's nice.
hey, that's going on a T-shirt.
That's pleasant.
We are. I'm gonna lose, and I am so sad. Ugh. I feel Zach George judging me right now.
Nobody's judging you. You are killing us.
Thank you.
So
Excuse me.
one. All right. So what are some different ways that the community can help JA out? Is there a current need, which I know we're going to get into the ball very shortly, but is there, volunteer opportunities? Are there, financial opportunities? Which I had a note here that if people are interested in donating directly to JA, if you go to their Facebook page and their actual website, which is jarussellville.org, go all the way down to the bottom. There is a PayPal link right there that goes directly to them. But what are some other ways that the community can help you guys out?
Oh, that's a great question. One way that I know is a great way to help us out, if you use Amazon Smile. I know, big fan of shopping local, but I also know that we all use Amazon a whole lot too. If you use Amazon Smile and you put in JA, Junior Auxiliary of Russellville, I think you can look it up on there. I've had mine set up, but I don't even remember how to use it. But they are an organization on Amazon Smile so a portion of your proceeds can go, or a portion of the money that you spend can, be donated into that. Donating to Charity Ball, which I know we're going to get into.
Yep.
I'll just, I don't know if you're aware of this. I was not aware when I joined JA, but Charity Ball is the only actual organized fundraiser that we do for all of our projects for the whole year. So we were talking earlier about it being a big event. Like, this is a huge,
The event.
Yeah.
this is the event. This determines what projects we get to do for the community and how much we have to put forth to those. Of course, you gave the link to donate. We can always use monetary donations and things like that. We have our clothing closet. We can always take clothing donations and just things like that.
So many.
There are definitely ways. Volunteer opportunities are difficult because we're usually the volunteers helping other organizations. That's another thing. We also help out other organizations in our area. We help out nursing homes, and my provisional year, which is your first year in Junior Auxiliary, when you are a provisional, that provisional class comes up with a project every year, and we raise money for counseling associates.
Okay.
So we help other organizations as well. We partner with them too. So we're usually the volunteers, but money is always a great way to help out. I mean, any money we get goes directly back into the communities.
That's awesome. That's one thing. I feel like the more shows that we get into and we do, one thing that's really apparent about Russellville, kind of going back to the community talk, is there is a ton of intercity networking that goes on,
Yes.
and it's really, really cool to see.
Yes.
So what happened here?
Am I
I got
13?
He absolutely
high
dominated.
Okay.
He did.
Oh,
I'm so proud of
He
you.
got
Good
the
job.
new high score, and
Did I get 13 still though?
Yeah,
Is it-
you got the
13th
13th.
I win.
I win. I'll take it.
I win.
13's good. 13's good.
Hey, as long as you're on the board, that's all that matters.
I mean, I'm good with it. I'm 13
your
and 4.
initials. That makes sense now.
Have you ever played an arcade
No, she's a
game?
pirate.
No, I'm actually a pirate.
I really was like, thinking pirate. No, that makes so much more sense now.
I have a quick question.
Oh, yes.
Can I have the controller?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Matt,
We'll give you a break for a minute.
All
Oh,
right.
thank you.
I'll jump in.
I mean, it's going to be a short game. We
Yes,
all know that.
Hamilton,
Yeah,
you're
with
gonna
both of us
You're gonna have
playing.
to chill down here,
Does he
buddy.
need to sit here? He
This
can
isn't
sit
gonna-
here as long as I just don't want to knock him off.
Jeremy threw him across the room back
I
in
did.
December, so
And Drew slandered his name through the mud
true.
on the 24-hour stream. So
Start. Okay. Start.
well,
Okay.
wait.
You're not gonna
Are
go
we on
with
single player? Or
higher than
You're
0?
already on two player. This is handicap select. I don't think.
Start.
Can I get 9 ahead?
Start.
Karinka.
How do I shift my stuff here? Okay.
The plus
right
and
there.
minus button.
Yeah. Word. Okay. I suddenly cannot
know
do
what
my
to say.
questions. Jeremy, do you mind to grab that next question for me?
Would you like me to ask myself the question?
Yeah, go ahead.
definitely.
We can just give you the script and you can just read through it.
Yeah,
and
we'll take 5, and you can just
I'll just sit here and chat with myself.
and I know that you can do that.
No, I couldn't, because then I'd be by myself, and you know I don't like to be by myself. I do not.
I kind of want to see it happen now.
No, you don't. You should not have, I should never be filmed when I'm all on my own. It's not good.
I'm reading through. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
It's the slogan questions.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
Is
yes.
10. Okay. So JA's slogan is caring hearts, helping hands, changing lives. When you hear that, what does your mind immediately think of?
I think that's a really great slogan for what we do in Junior Auxiliary. We help out. We are the hands that are helping out the community, be it through monetary donations or actual physical labor that we go and do. We are changing lives. When somebody, especially, I talked a little bit earlier about having an immediate clothing need, if someone or needing any kind of immediate need like that, and somebody comes to your aid, that changes your life. That gives you, I don't want to be super cliche or anything, but I feel like that just puts a sparkle in someone, just to know that somebody cares about the need that I have. That I think, so I love our slogan. I think it is perfect for what we do.
It's also a good slogan to have even outside of JA, but
Yes.
even in your own life.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so too.
Kind of like what you were saying earlier about thinking about others. So
Yes, I like it, and I think putting the different parts together. I think it's this is what we're doing. We're caring, we're helping, and we're changing people's lives. I like the wording of it too. It's
Yeah.
nice.
All right. I'm not good at this.
You're doing great. Wait, are you on this side?
Nope.
he's on this
Oh,
side.
I'm so sorry,
It's okay.
Joey. It's going well.
I'm doing
for you.
better than last time, for sure.
Matt's already got 10 lines.
Which is 10 more than I expected. I'm not a very
Organized person.
strategic.
This is one of the few games that strategic games that I can play. I wanted to say strategery.
That sounds like a Matt word.
Oh, it's actually a Drew
It's actually
word.
a Drew word.
Oh, it's a Drew word.
It's
Okay.
an actual word that Drew Brent has used before.
Oh.
Well, as he's impersonated another person.
Yes.
But-
I think he's also said it on his own, though.
I'm watching Matt go from left to right, trying to figure out where to put a line.
Stop it!
See, I keep watching Joey, but that's the camera that I was playing, or the game side that I was playing on last time, so I keep watching
You
that one.
just wait. I'm about to.
You're going to make a comeback. I believe in you.
Please don't.
Matt, technically,
Please don't believe in me.
in points, you're winning.
You know why?
Because you're dominating this game.
Nope.
Then I don't know why. You gonna answer that question?
I didn't have a rebuttal. I'm sorry.
So kind of going on to this game-wise, what version of Tetris do you normally like to play? Or what was the...
So I grew up. I remember, like, it's gonna age me a little bit, I guess, but I remember having like an Atari and like, but I'm 33. The first like real, well, we had Nintendo. We had the original Nintendo, but yeah, because I played like the duck hunting game. Loved the duck hunting game. That was super fun.
If we had a TV for that, we could. That would be a fun
That would
game
be
to
so
play.
fun. I'm gonna be honest. Like Super Mario was fun, but like I'm more nostalgic about like Tetris than Super Mario. This is more like what I really remember. Like playing video games. We had a PlayStation. We had the original PlayStation. My brother had gotten it for Christmas, and I remember like this and Frogger. That's it. Like that's all I can play. I'm pretty good at Frogger for a few lives, and then
For a few lives.
goes down from there. But you know that initial screen where you like have to jump across the highway?
Mhm.
Like I can get across the highway.
That means you're good.
That means that and the logs. I remember like jumping on the
Yeah.
logs. You had to be like really.
You have to go through the highway and then to the logs and then to the different lily pads.
What's really funny is I'm not great at strategic games, but like those two,
The two games that are really...
the two games that I'm pretty decent at are strategic games. But it's also like I just kind of go and try. We'll see what happens.
Interesting. So, how exactly did you get your start in JA?
Yes. Good question. So I talked a little bit earlier about how I'm not technically from Russellville. I'm from Dardanelle. And I had moved over to Russellville to start teaching. Nathan and I were starting to become we wanted to be a little more involved in the community. And I really didn't know a whole lot about JA, but a student's parent of mine, actually, Miss Danielle Hausnick, who is the downtown director, who's fantastic. She does an amazing job downtown. She nominated me. So when JA goes through nominations as provisional members, we nominate people who we think would be a good fit. And Nathan and I had started going to charity ball because he had started donating an item every year. And we went to our first charity ball, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. And she had talked to me at charity ball, and I was like, how do you get involved? And it kind of went on from there. She nominated me. And actually, the year that my provisional year was the year that I found out I was pregnant with Jackson. And I found out I was pregnant right as the application was due, or right at the time that I had to commit. And I was like, I don't know if I'll have the time for this, being pregnant, and I'm going to have 2 kids, because I didn't know how hard it was to have 2 kids.
Yeah.
None of you told me that.
You didn't ask.
It's a whole different ball game. A whole different ball game. But I was a little nervous. Just, I don't know if I'll have the time. But like I said earlier, we've just got an amazing village of people, and I knew that my kids would be taken care of. If I had to do something, Nathan or I would be able to cover each other. He's just so supportive. He knew that this was something I really wanted to do, and so we talked about it. And then we knew that if there was a time that we needed someone to watch our kids, so that he could do what he needed to do in the community, and I could had a JA thing, we would be covered. And so I gave my yes, and I have never regretted it. It's just been a really good time.
Boys, it's going down.
Yeah.
Ah.
It went...
It did. It went down. I'm so sorry.
You don't have to do that. That's okay.
I think he did better than you thought.
You did. I think you did.
I do not want this anymore. Somebody else can
I'll do it.
can take over
I'll
that.
do it.
So something that Kelly had alluded to a little bit ago was the Crown Club.
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell us about that?
So Crown Club is basically it's like the high school version of Junior Auxiliary. So it's sponsored by Junior Auxiliary. We have some members that are like, that's the committee that they work on. So in Junior Auxiliary, we have different committees, and we all work on different committees, so that, you know, everybody gets to share the load, because again, our hands are in so many areas of the community. And so Crown Club is our high school version, and it is a club in the high school that is run very similarly to Junior Auxiliary. They have projects that they do as well. One really cool project that I was not aware of until I joined was they have, I'm going to get the name of it wrong, it's the Cyclone Cyclers, or something like that. I'm going to get the name wrong. And they find bikes for people who need them, for students who need them, who may not have a way to get to school, or if it would benefit them to have a bike, or if their bikes are broken or they need something fixed on them, they have a place where they will fix their bikes.
That's awesome.
And they do something called Cinderella's Closet, which they do prom dresses, and then they also have like business attire for students who need it for like interviews and stuff.
Very cool.
But it's run very similarly to the Junior Auxiliary.
That's cool. That's awesome that there's it's just kind of a beginning step.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's very, very neat.
I almost did as good as Amanda.
Job jab. What does
Jab
jab
hard.
mean? But you just
It's like a really swift punch.
are those your initials?
Arg.
I like her.
That was fun. Oh, thanks.
Should have her on more often.
We should have her on more often.
We can play Frogger next time.
We could play
Yes.
Frogger. And we
On
can have
the actual
we can have
I'd be
a
down for it.
we can have
I
a
got
90s.
Frogger.
I need to go like PlayStation. Can we go
I have
PlayStation?
Frogger 2 on the PlayStation.
I don't have
The Frogger 2? I don't know what that is. I played
It's the
Spyro
second
2.
It's the second one.
Like the original Spyro? I think. I don't know if it was the original, if it was
I
the
have
second.
all three, the first 3 games.
Of Spyro? I want to come like check it out, because I can't remember if it was the first one or the second one. Probably the first. Probably the first. Mold.
Okay. Anyways, this talk here about gaming has really kind of intrigued me to, just maybe some of the backstory of Tetris and some things about that. So luckily, we have someone here who can fulfill us on that knowledge. So I'm going to turn this over to you, Jeremy. And
I was like, it's not me.
You picked
Tell us
a game.
about-
I'm like,
You need to
wait.
Tell us about Tetris. Go.
Shapes. Fun fact. This has nothing to do about the history of Tetris, but every single time, you know, those like, these are things that dads say, or like, and you know that a dad's gonna say it every time, or like whatever. Every time I'm loading the back of a car or packing anything, every time I say, I'm really good at Tetris. And then I proceed to like put things together. Or I have Nathan do it, but I say I'm really good, not him.
All right. We're going to throw it to expert analysis. We don't got it. All right.
Oh man. So Tetris. When we found out that we were playing Tetris, I was extremely excited.
Yeah.
Because I love the backstory. I love the game Tetris, but I love the backstory of it.
Yeah.
Because the history in Tetris is probably one of the most interesting in game wise. So it was first created in 1984 is when he started it by Alexei. Now I can't say the last name. It's a Russian name. He started it at the Soviet Institute of Sciences. Is where he started it at. During that time, there was no kind of rights war with it. Because it was made in a Soviet-owned facility, the state of the USSR owned everything on this. So the creator did not even see a single royalty for this game until 12 years later, in 1996, is when he got his first royalty check.
Pajitnov.
Yeah, I was gonna butcher it.
You butchered butcher.
I'm a chef, not a butcher.
You did it.
I can't say anything in this spot, so y'all keep going.
So the game is based on his favorite game called Petromino, which is the square that has all the different shapes. Here's the list. You wanted to
I
go
just want to say it in Russian.
He's just adding to.
translate
I'm your hype man.
everything. Translate everything I say in Russian.
Go.
Vodka.
Alright, let's go.
So that was his favorite thing, and then the naming for Tetris was that. And can anyone guess what his favorite sport would probably be?
Tennis?
Petromino and
You win.
tennis comes with Tetris.
Okay.
It became a massive hit in USSR as it was passed around on floppy disk. This was made just for all of his friends. Nothing major, but it got out to Berlin to a developer who wanted to market it. Alexei did not know anything about marketing, so anyone who asked for this game, he just gave them the game. So what happened was,
Here's this thing that I have.
yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what it was. He passed it to one person. They then just passed it out to other people. So the version that we're playing right now is basically it's the Atari version.
Okay.
There was a lot of big things in rights war all the way up until 1989. Nintendo bought them out, which then sued Atari for having this game because they now owned it. Which Atari then had to recall every single game cartridge of this, of like 30 million to destroy them.
That's wild.
So to find this actual version is incredibly rare and costs a lot of money.
Huh. Don't ask how we got it.
Yeah, don't ask.
Oh no.
Nintendo was savage.
In 1986, it hit America. During that time with the Cold War, tensions were high. They weren't for sure how they were going to be able to market something that was Soviet. So then they finally decided saying that this was a new Soviet invention that they had been working on and to give America a look behind the Iron Curtain. And it worked.
Interesting.
All this from Shapes.
All from Shapes.
Shapes.
There's been Tetris holds the two #1 spots of being the most ported game almost on every single console at 65 different platforms for this game.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing.
I would have thought there were
Also-
65 platforms.
It also holds for the best-selling video game franchise. Minecraft is in second place at 200 million copies.
What?
Tetris is at 495 plus million copies.
That's
So
amazing.
double
few.
the second.
And that's not even counting the dude that was like, hey, you want to play
Yeah,
that game?
and see that's the
Like-
hardest thing is they have to say plus because they don't know
Yeah,
how
you
many
can't really
copies
track it.
were at the very beginning.
That's
Wow,
so funny.
that's crazy.
And of course, they said it was so addicting that they had it at a medical center in Russia after it was developed,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to ban it because so many people stopped doing their work and was playing Tetris in a medical facility.
Interesting.
That's
This has definitely been this has been my most fun expert analysis.
And this has also been very tested by science and scientists in trying to figure out the thing because kind of like what you were saying, there became a thing called the Tetris effect. That people, after playing so much of this, just started kind of looking at the real world as Tetris pieces.
How can I put things
Petrominos
together?
of trying to figure out how to fit things and look at today. Everyone, anytime you have to try to figure out how to pack a van or a trailer, you think about Tetris.
So, fun fact, I've helped half the people in this room move, and every time I help people move, there's a on YouTube. There's a 10-hour loop of the Tetris theme, and I just click play and I put it in my pocket and we pack whatever vehicles we're packing.
Have you finished it
It's
yet?
become maybe.
I can't remember. You hadn't finished it last time I moved.
It's become a tradition
Indeed.
that people expect now. People are like yearning for it. Like, can you help me move? Where's the Tetris thing?
Where's the Tetris thing?
Well, I appreciate that, Jeremy. That was really cool. I didn't know all the backstory.
Yeah.
It's wild into what it ended up becoming.
And then also with Nintendo, when they got it,
Yeah.
the thing that they tried to do is like, hey, we can use this to push our new handheld device called the Game Boy.
Yep.
And it was bundled with the new Game Boy.
That's
I
crazy.
don't think I ever had a Game Boy.
I did.
And I think that was like 30 million copies alone was just for the Game Boy.
Man.
Which is the most popular version of this game.
Hmm.
And also is the, according to the designer, Alexei, the closest iteration to his original idea.
What's so interesting about it is, like, there's not a narrative. There's not a
Story.
There's not a story.
No.
There's no role playing involved, which are games that I really enjoy. It's just something that just kind of keeps your mind occupied.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know,
It's mindless
very-
unless you're
very
asking trying to answer questions.
Ah.
yeah, but you did really well.
And you're going to do more very
Yes.
shortly.
Right.
Right now.
Right?
You know,
Are me and you going now?
No.
You have the controller.
Oh yeah, we can.
All right.
I was listening.
talking about how addictive Tetris is actually makes me think of something else that's really addictive, and that's looking for a home. Let me tell you about my friends, Latest Realty. Actually, just random tidbit. Like me and Rachel, we're now kind of in the market, and we're starting to
I
look for
started.
our forever home, and it's really cool to have friends who are now powering Game for Change, as we said a couple times already. But Latest Realty loves this community, and I know I keep saying that, but it's okay to say something repeatedly if it's true. You know, as we have come to realize. They've got very knowledgeable staff on hand. They've got agents who have literally went through every possible scenario that I imagine you can come up with. And everyone's trained and they're armed and they're ready to help you in all your needs that you have when it comes to finding that forever home. So if you want to give them a like on their Facebook page, if you want to visit their website, which is russellvilleliving.org or com, I'm sorry, yes. Or if you want to give them a call at 479-968-5668, there is somebody there that will take care of you. So, Amanda.
That's me.
ARG.
ARG.
Or
Used to be ARC.
ARC?
It was
ARC.
a C.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Let's talk about the biggest event of the year. The Children's Charity Ball.
Yes. You want me to now talk about? Okay. I wasn't sure if there was a question
And
or.
No, let's just talk about it.
Let's just talk about it.
Just go.
Okay, so normally under non-2020 circumstances, this is an event that we hold every year. Like I said, this is our only fundraiser, like official fundraiser for the year. We make all of the money that we use, or almost all the money, minus, donations here and there and Amazon Smile stuff. But for the most part, this is what powers our year. And there is always a meal. There's usually a DJ or a band. We had a band last year, and that was a lot of fun. We have a silent auction. We have a live auction. I'm going to talk a little bit more about those in a minute. We have several raffles. The meal is always amazing. It's a nice sit down kind of meal. And it's just a really, really fun night.
So this is like this is an event.
Yes, it is definitely a whole event.
Yeah, not to like
No, I
undersell, but
well, no, it's funny because you know, I had attended the event a couple of times as a patron. I kind of talked about that earlier. I am doing awful. I'm so sorry. I'm just real disappointed in myself right now. I had attended the event several times and just had a lot of fun. And then actually joining JA and being a part of putting on the event, it really is a whole event. It is. There's a lot of work that goes into making this night run. And we have a wonderful group of women who work their butts off to put this event on. And of course, we have phenomenal donors who make it possible. And it's a really great event. You say that it's an event, yes. Sorry, I don't. It's a ball.
How has and I'm sure it was really impactful, but how has going virtual? You know, you have explained some ways, but I'm sure it's got to be really different going virtual this year.
It is very different. We've had to shift our entire thinking in many ways. We normally do a meal. Our meal is a huge part of our night. People look forward to the food that we're going to have. And now, so we had to figure out a way to still offer that. We're doing a drive-by meal this year. We had to figure out, every year we have raffle tickets that we sell beforehand. But this year we had to kind of figure out how that was going to happen. Like I said, we have our silent and live auctions. So we had to figure out what those look like. And so it's definitely presented some challenges. But I'm very pleased with how we have overcome those challenges.
Awesome. So I imagine, you know, the auctions are probably going to be, because I've seen some of these prizes and whoa.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell us a little bit about the auctions. I have it down, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the silent auction is going to go live, and I believe this week or next week?
This weekend, this Saturday night.
This weekend, and it will lead up to the event.
Mm-hmm.
And
it'll be open for a week.
The live auction is from 7 to 9 p.m. the night of the event on the 13th.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm going to start with silent. The silent auction is kind of my baby. I am one of the chairs of our silent auction committee. And so this is my second active year. And then counting my provisional year, I've only been on the silent auction committee. And so it's very much my baby. Oh no. So our silent auction, like you said, normally we just have it the night of the event. But this year, we will have it on True Grit Auction Services. They have allowed us to use their auction services this year, which is awesome. We're so excited about that and seeing what that looks like. We have some really, really cool prizes. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of the prizes that you've looked at are more of the live prizes, the live auction packages. So our silent auction packages, we have just finished this week gathering all of those and putting them together to be able to start really advertising those. So we have a trip to Kansas City that is just phenomenal. I was putting these packages together this weekend, and I was like, I seriously just want to bid on all of these. My poor husband. We have a trip to Kansas City. It's a 3-day, 2-night in this super swanky hotel, super fancy. There's a gift certificate to a really nice steakhouse there, a really nice barbecue place. Several clothing stores have donated clothing or gift certificates for clothing. Just lots of things. Point Remove Brewery and Winery donated an amazing package of a private event room where basically you can do their wine tasting for 10 people, and that is it's just a really cool, it comes with the charcuterie board and the whole thing. And then there is lots of donations from local businesses like Malin's, and I'm going to try to think about all of them while playing this game, and I'm going to forget somebody and feel really bad. But so many local businesses that we have donated, which is also just really awesome because we love to support local business.
Right.
And through them supporting us and donating to our auction, we get to talk about them and put their names out there and tell people how great they are. One thing, we have a couple of hunters packages, which I'm not a hunter, but people who are have told me that they're really awesome. We have a shoulder mount from a taxidermist, which is a new thing this year.
That was a rough one.
That was a really bad one. I don't know what we're going to do here. I don't know how I'm going to pull this one out, but we're going to get there. We have a tree stand, a really nice, very heavy tree stand.
Is it solid?
It's super solid, yeah. Anyways, I could literally go on and on and on about our silent auction because there are just so many cool prizes. But that will be open to the public this Saturday, starting this Saturday through the following Saturday. And you can go on there and bid, and bidding closes, I believe, at 9 o'clock on Saturday the 13th. So.
Very cool. I just wanted to run through a couple of the live auction items that they're going to have.
I'm so glad you have those in front of you.
Yes.
Because I was reviewing them before I came tonight, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's just so many really cool things. I am never going to remember them all.
Like she said, TrueGritAuctionServices.com. It's going to be hosted online beginning at 7 o'clock. It'll close at 9, and the winners are going to be announced on Facebook. Here are just a couple of packages they've got. There is a brewery, distillery, and winery tour for Austin, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate Smile by Dr. K. Biltmore Estate Trip to Asheville, North Carolina, not New Carolina. Jennifer Goodman Photography Package. Ultimate Pro Sports Ultimate Pro Sports Package with airfare.
Mm-hmm.
An Aloha Maui trip. 7 nights. Man.
Yes.
Weekend getaway and personal makeover. There's a package where you get to explore the Key West.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, these are crazy packages.
Yes.
Weekend at the lake guided fishing trip, an ultimate home makeover, and one I saw listed today is the Buy It Now Nashville Unplugged package for $2,000.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So pretty cool.
While we are on the subject of live auction, here's what's really cool. Just last year we started doing... that was terrible. Okay. It's okay. This is a really important part. I really want to get this right, so it's fine that I died. It's okay. So we have started doing, we have 2 raffles that we are doing. The first one is our wild card raffle. This is so cool. So there are only 100 tickets. We still have a few left. You can buy a ticket for $125. And if your name is drawn, you get to pick any of those live packages. So you can go to Maui for $125.
Wow.
And there's only 100 tickets. So it's not like we're just mad selling the wild card raffle is only 100 people. And so you have a 1 in 100 chance of going to Maui for $125, or the sports package, or any of those things that you cannot get for $125.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
I was about to do it if he didn't. I was ready.
Okay. That movie is very near and dear to my heart, so I get you. The other raffle is very special donor to me. We are raffling off a ring from Joshua's Fine Jewelry.
Friends of the show.
Yes, very much so.
He has been on the show. We confirmed that earlier. Yes.
Yes, he has been on
okay.
the show.
And Joshua's is also a friend of the show.
Yes.
Oh,
Separately
okay.
from,
Okay.
from
Well.
Nathan George.
So that raffle is actually going to be our kickoff. This Friday, they're going to do that drawing at 5:00 on this Friday.
Okay.
So that's the 5th. Is that right? This Friday's the 5th.
Yes.
Yes. So that raffle will happen Friday at 5, live on Facebook. And then silent auction kicks off. Oh, those tickets are $20. If you want to buy any of those, hit me up on Facebook, and I would love to get you a ticket. It's a really pretty ring. You can see a picture of it on the Junior Auxiliary Facebook. So those tickets are $20. We'll do that drawing at 5:00 on this Friday, March 5th. March 6th, our silent auction starts and goes through next Saturday, the 13th. On Friday, the 12th, I believe, is when they're doing the drawing for the wild card. So just got a little bit more of a chance to go to Maui for $125. Also, if you would like to buy any of those tickets, also, I can sell you those too. Hit me up on Facebook.
There you go. Really, really cool packages for a really, really cool event.
Yes.
For a really, really cool organization.
Yes.
So make sure you guys hit Amanda up, hit anybody up with Junior Auxiliary if you're interested in any of that. It's going towards a great cause, and like she said, I didn't realize this is the big one.
This
so
is it. Yes.
any way you guys can help out. We were going to talk about the meal plan, but then I realized that had already.
Yes, we're closed for our meal tickets, but I'm going to say those live packages and the silent auction packages. I mean, I love to donate and also get stuff. Like that's a great trade. You won a package one year at the Junior Auxiliary Ball, yes?
Yeah.
What did you win? Tell us
We got
about
to go.
what you won from the silent auction.
We got some cat toys for our cats. A little bowl of an assortment of cat toys.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, I won a Russellville cheerleader birthday party last year for my daughter. Not for me. It was not my birthday party, but the Russellville cheerleaders
Thanks
are
for
great. They
clarifying.
donate to us every year. There are so many great silent packages. When that goes live on Saturday, you definitely want to check that out.
Absolutely. And we will share the picture you're talking about. We'll share that to our Facebook page
Yes.
and get that circulating as well.
Awesome.
So, did you lose?
Yeah.
Me too, man. Me too.
So
Didn't do as good as the first time I played.
one thing.
Neither one of us got up there.
Like I was way too concentrated on talking about CBB, Children's Benefit Ball. Sorry.
CBB.
I thought CBB, Children's Benefit Ball. Yes.
So those are the initials.
Yes.
Okay.
In the you're in the no. I didn't even
Noted.
catch it.
It's a gag, Drew.
It was a callback, Justin. It was a callback to
Oh,
a joke we made earlier.
do we call him Justin here? Is that a thing?
No. Maybe. Anyways. Awkward transition. So, obviously, as you alluded to earlier, with going virtual, with all these new guidelines and things that are in place, and even in a regular year, there's so much work that goes on in the background
Yes.
that people just will never even know has happened. Are there just maybe just spare details that just to kind of give people that aren't aware just a little bit more of a glimpse into that, some of that background work?
Yes, absolutely. So when we kind of get our year started, there are two.
We're going.
Oh, me? Is this me?
You have a controller currently.
Okay. No, I mean, I love this. Is this Why is my stuff not changing? Okay. Sorry, I was like, technology. So when we actually get our year started, there are 2 women that are finance chairs that are in charge of they're the chairs of planning the charity ball. This year, that is Amy Rowlett and Summer O'Donnell, and they have done just the most fabulous job pivoting, because it is not a normal year, and they were in charge of making that call with what this year would look like and how that's gone, and they have just done a great job. I know I'm going to say this. I know when you think about an organization, me too. I caught it from you. When you think about an organization of women, a lot of times you think about, oh, there must be drama or cattiness or things that go on behind the scenes. But these women we get together and we work. Like, we're there to work, but in the working, I've made so many great relationships with these women. I know this is a total side note to what you asked, but
It's your show.
oh, don't tell me that.
We're just living in it.
Oh my. It really, just working with these women and seeing, especially in situations like this year where we had to make a call and change everything that we are used to doing, that we have down to almost a science. We plan this event every year, and there's a lot of work that goes into it every year, but we know that work. We know what's expected. We know what's coming. We know kind of what we're going to do. Details change, but the main part of the work, we know what's going on. And so I'm incredibly proud of all of the women who have worked this year to make this event happen. So in JA, I told you earlier, we're on, excuse me, we're on various committees. We are also broken up into committees for Children's Benefit Ball. So I'm on the social committee for JA, so I help plan some of our social events throughout the year. But then for Charity Ball, I am on I am chairing the silent committee. So I help plan the silent auction. And then we just work, all the committees do their respective jobs. And there are people doing PR work. There are people, so taking care of all of the advertisement and making sure the donors get shout-outs on Facebook, contacting donors. That is, I don't know if you've ever had to call and ask people to donate money, but it can be very intimidating.
It can.
I've gone up to people face to face and done it.
Yes, well, we do that too. Yes, what I mean is just asking people for money in general. It's very intimidating, and so there's a lot of that going on. All of these donors that are donating to the ball have to be contacted, and there is a plan for the food. There's a committee that works just on the food that we're getting, on the decorations, on just all of the different parts. There's so much work that goes into it, and it's done with absolute grace. And what do you need, and the other side of that is there are committees that say, hey, we don't really have a job until night of. What do you need us to do? What does your committee need help with? And it just, everybody's there to help each other, and we're all there for the goal of the event, and that's just really cool.
It goes back to a word that is said
So mad.
many times on this show is community.
Mm-hmm.
It's what it always
Yes.
ties back to. So
Excuse me.
on a personal level, because I look through the committee list and I look through like the board of directors and stuff, and there are some real powerhouse names on those. So being with Junior Auxiliary and working with all these influential people, what has that personally meant to you?
Oh, I know I talked about this earlier, and why I joined was just to form relationships. It's great networking, but even more than that, it just getting to know these women who are such powerhouses in our community. And they're not powerhouses because of their money or their job or but I view them as powerhouses because if they weren't in JA, they would be helping some other way. And many of them are. Many of them are involved in other organizations and have their hand in or work jobs that are involved in helping the community. So this is another job helping the community on top of their actual job that they're doing helping the community. And that just, it's inspiring to be in an organization where I get to form relationships with people who have that same heart, that they want to see our community flourish and they want to be a part of it. And that's just really cool.
Absolutely. So, really cool stuff about Jay. A lot of information being dropped tonight. If you would like to help out in any way, shape, or form with the children's ball, crazy cool packages. Just hit Amanda up or anybody else at JA, their Facebook page, website. They will be there to give you a hand. So, really cool stuff.
Silent auction goes live Saturday. I don't have the exact time. Oh, I should have known that. But it goes live Saturday. We will be sharing the link. It's on True Grit Auction Services. Those packages aren't even out to the public yet. And I promise you, you're going to find, we have literally something for everybody. So we have lots of hair cutting and hairstyling, pedicures, all the way to mounting a deer that you have killed.
That's a wide variety.
It is a wide variety. And travel things, literally, there is something for everybody. You're going to find something that you want. So, and that's a great way to help us make sure that we can do the things that we do.
Absolutely. Really cool stuff. Jeremy, would you go with like a hair product, or what kind of package would suit you?
I think hair would be.
Should we talk about the moment that we had earlier when he took his hat off? I think we should.
I think I missed that. Was that when I was late
that was
and
before
lost?
That was before you
Was lost.
arrived.
I got lost in Russellville. So mad about it.
Jeremy lets his hair down, and for those of you who have not seen him with his hair down, Jeremy has very long hair down his back. He's been growing it for many moons, and he shook it out and he flipped it.
Many trips around the moon.
Many trips around the moon, and it was like a commercial. And he had this this fierce look on his face with his hair. Oh, it was immaculate.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my god.
That is, I can't do that with my hair. It doesn't, that's amazing. Do you ever braid it?
I do braid it.
I can't braid, so that's awesome.
I learned to braid because I got bored in school.
All right.
There you go. And you're telling that to
I'm
me.
losing
I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you.
You're losing it, isn't it?
Okay, all right. Good times. So, kind of, we're going to transition just a little bit out into some kind of I don't know how to word it, some more thought-provoking questions.
I love to think.
Just getting back to,
Nervous.
like I said, we like to get to know our guests, and we like to get to know why they do the things that they do. And I think that's, those kind of answers really kind of just, is a jab again.
Jab.
So my first one for you, Miss Amanda.
I think going into this,
Yes.
there's another mode setting on this
Yes,
game.
I apologize. Yeah.
Oh.
And I think that this would be a perfect time to kind of move into that, which is a co-op mode.
Co-op. What does that mean?
Cooperative.
Like Oh, thank you.
You asked
We're very literal.
I was
very
hoping-
specific about the question being asked.
What does that mean for the game? Like, what are we gonna do? I'm nervous.
It is
We're gonna
one
work
playing
together
field,
towards a goal.
one playing field, and we both have pieces that we have to.
I'm a bit of a control freak. We'll see how this goes.
So you guys,
I tried this with the computer, and I hated the computer because it kept not placing them in the best place.
All right, so this is going to
Okay.
go swimming.
so you're gonna hate him.
Because he's a PlayStation.
Or me, whoever.
Oh, can me and you do this? I feel like this is gonna go well.
Oh,
Joey and I are not competitive at all with each
Ah.
other. We don't like to pick at each
There you
other.
Oh.
and you
Wait.
will block into each other.
What is it? Like we'll bump into each other?
Yeah, you'll like both.
How do
of
I
you
know which-
stop.
Oh.
You're playing the same way as
You're
before,
playing Tetris.
Oh, okay.
but you're just playing together.
Yeah, I don't like this.
How would you describe your perfect day?
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
Right now, this is.
This is not it. Do I can I bump into him?
Yes.
We still appreciate
I
you being
wouldn't.
on our show.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that to you, Joey. My perfect day. It would definitely involve, kind of shopping with like my mom, my friends. That makes me angry.
Shout out to Miss Debbie.
And my sister. Would love to shop with my sister. Oh, wait a minute. I know what my favorite day is. I said Kelly and I thought about it.
Birthday.
Oh, well, I do love my birthday. If I could celebrate my birthday in Disney World, that would be my perfect day. My birthday in Disney World. That would be just, Disney World, that's my perfect day. That's just anything in Disney World. It literally,
Disney.
no other description needed.
Just Disney.
Anything, doing anything in Disney World. I would yes. I love Disney World. I've only been 3 times. It was my dream. Well, it was my dream to go my whole life. And I was talking, excuse me, I was talking about Disney World today. And my kid said, I've never been. I was like, well, I had never been until I was an adult either. So there's hope for you yet. Like, one day. Anyways, sorry.
You'll get there, kid.
Total second. Well, I was like, you're younger than me, so you still have your whole life ahead. So you may go before you're an adult.
So
I love Disney World.
You're a Disney fan, I take it.
Yes. I love Disney.
Interesting.
Oh, no.
I
Do
have,
you
I have
is
some
this
Disney
trivia?
questions.
He's
for
been
you.
waiting for you to mention Disney.
Oh, no. What if I had made it this whole way and didn't mention Disney?
We wouldn't have talked about it.
Oh, no. Is this a trivia thing? Because I'm
No,
horrible at
it's
trivia.
just
Okay,
questions.
okay, great, cool. I love this.
Who's your favorite Disney character?
We're not doing very well.
We're not. Hey, we're doing better than I would have thought. Okay, favorite Disney character? Like, are we going princess or like? Oh, that's where I was gonna go.
When you can only pick one.
I couldn't go anywhere else. I'm so sorry. Okay, well, I'm gonna like.
You didn't make
My
the board.
favorite princess is Jasmine.
Okay.
My favorite character. It's really hard. Can you give me like a movie?
No.
I love Jasmine. I really love. I don't know why Finding Nemo is like the only movie I can think of right now. That's it. Like you love
Cool.
Nemo and Dory.
Totally.
I'm like, I'll tell you my favorite character that I've met.
Sure.
We had a meal. It was not the castle meal, the princesses. We had a Cinderella dinner at a hotel, one of the resorts there. And we met the stepmother and the 2 stepsisters. And I have a daughter named Anastasia.
Right.
So they loved that. So like at one point, my daughter, Anna Kate's face is covered in chocolate and the stepmother was walking by and we had already told her that her name was Anastasia and they had this whole like play thing. And the stepsisters are off somewhere like arguing with each other as they do. Excuse me. And the stepmother literally calls Anastasia's name. I could do it, but I don't think I could hit that high note right now. But she yelled Anastasia across the whole restaurant and said, can we see why they would name this child after you? Because her whole face was just covered in chocolate. It's hilarious. So funny. Fun fact, Joshua, that was like, he was not into that whole meal. the only character he loved the whole time was the stepmother.
Joshua,
Loved
your nephew.
Joshua, my nephew. Sorry, just assume that everyone knows Joshua. He's like famous.
No, he's me.
He is you. Yes, they're the same person.
Right.
You know this story, right?
Yes.
You're Joshua from the future.
Yeah.
You can continue with your
Actually,
questions.
I have a
I'm so
picture.
sorry
No,
I
you're
completely
fine.
derailed
It's actually
that.
my profile picture on Facebook right now.
That's hilarious.
Either of you have a favorite Disney character?
I've seen very few Disney movies.
What?
The only one I would have to pick would be Scar.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That is my son's favorite Disney character. I've never met another person in the world. Okay, his favorite song is Be Prepared.
Be prepared. That's
That is
the
his-
only reason why I like that.
That's so
and also
funny.
it's Jeremy Irons, so
That is hilarious. He got a Build-A-Bear scarf for Christmas that sings Be Prepared. And we have, like, the whole time have been like, you would be hard-pressed to find another person whose favorite song from Lion King is Be Prepared. That's so
it's
funny.
the only song from Lion King that I like.
You should hang out with my son. He would love it. Y'all can sing together. He's 2. He's a good time.
Yeah, y'all should hang out.
Same
You'll have
age
a
as my
great
little
time.
sister, so
There you go.
I love it. Wait, who's yours?
I'm a Pixar
I was gonna
guy,
say you're
Is
gonna
it
be
Powerline?
Pixar.
but Powerline is definitely
You know that's like my favorite.
See, I don't
We share
know.
for a reason. If I strictly Disney, probably Hercules. I'm a big Hercules fan. Or
That's Abby's favorite Disney movie too. So my daughter tells me every time anybody brings up Hercules.
but if I'm going Pixar, then
Love Pixar.
I'm a massive Toy Story fan. So, what do you, Buzz?
Okay, I was gonna
Aren't
say
you
you're
like
gonna
a
pick one,
big
or you
Toy
just gonna
Story
say
It's hard,
I grew up
man.
with them.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I will say this. I'm probably gonna get some flack for this, but I love the original Toy Story. The others are just okay.
I 100%.
That's fine.
Yeah, like I'm with
Okay.
you.
Okay, good, cool.
This is a safe environment for that.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you.
We should play Toy Story sometime.
I have Toy
Just like
Story
with
2
action
on the-
figures.
No, like the
Oh,
game.
No.
there's a video game.
Like, no, like pretend.
Okay.
We'll pretend we're the characters.
All right.
And like we'll.
Jackson would love that too. He's like, Hoodie, Bus.
If we were to be Toy Story characters, who do we will be?
I would be Woody.
I feel like you would be Mr. Potato Head.
Why?
Because very literal and just like to the point. Like, this is what would happen.
Well, I am a potato.
You're not as grumpy as he is.
I'm a potato.
Sorry, I mean that.
You'd be Zurg.
I'll say that.
If
Who
you
are
could-
you?
I really don't know the females in the movie that well. I'm not gonna lie. I was Jessie for Halloween this year.
Okay.
So I'd be Jessie. I think I sold the costume though.
If you could be any Disney princess, who would you be?
I mean, I love Jasmine, but like if I could be any of them, I mean, come on. I had a huge crush on Aladdin when I was a kid, so like to be married to Aladdin, I guess that would be cool. And also, like, I would say if we're going like old school Aladdin, like the story of Jasmine's super crappy because like she has to marry a prince, like the whole like blah blah blah. But I really, really love the female empowerment of the live action
Mhm.
where she's like, why can't I just be Sultan? And I'm like, yeah, girl, be the Sultan. You're the Sultan. That's right. I love it.
Yeah.
So I would definitely, yes, Jasmine, because she's like, I also feel like I give off definite Anna vibes. So
Mm.
she's an Enneagram 7 for sure.
Do you have a favorite Disney song?
Okay, I like A Whole New World. It's classic.
She's staying right at home.
I
Yeah,
like,
right,
I know.
right there.
I mean, I love all. There's none that like.
There's no songs in Finding Nemo. There's no musical numbers, so
There is a Finding Nemo musical at Disney, so there are songs for that.
Interesting.
Just Keep Swimming is definitely a song.
Fair statement.
that's her favorite Disney song.
Oh, I mean, we love the Belle song. My daughter calls it the Belle song. There goes a stranger. I'm not gonna sing it. It's not going to go well, but the opening number to Beauty and the Beast. I love Beauty and the Beast. That's my mom's favorite. Shout out, Mom. And so I grew up with that one. I mean, Lion King. Huge Elton John fan. Love some Elton John. So can you feel the love
Reason
tonight?
I don't like the rest of the Lion King.
We're going again.
You don't like Elton John?
Right.
Okay, I'm on my own again?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys didn't do
Why?
too well
Okay,
together.
but wait, it won't.
It wasn't as entertaining as we thought.
No.
I would like to point out that the Panic at the Disco version of Into the Unknown is
Yes!
a banger.
Oh, it is so good. I agree with you.
It's very high on my list.
You're making fun of me.
You just bring a whole different level of energy to the show that none of us have, and I'm here for it.
Good.
A whole new level.
Listen, when I was on the phone with Matt earlier, Lost, I heard you say you're not ready for the level of energy she is. I heard you. Call me out. So I'm just here to bring it.
Do you have any heroes? Who are they? And why?
Is it?
I thought you were just going to stop.
Who are
She
they?
was just say yes.
Yes.
I was going to reword it, but then I thought,
Do
nah,
you
just
have-
Keep going.
plowing through. Yeah.
Dang. Well, can I go real cliche and just say like, my parents are. I'm just saying that because they were watching. I can hear them like, you just said that. I'm just kidding. I love you, Mom and Dad. My parents are just. I mean, I'm the person that I am because they taught me to be this person. So I could come up with like, someone who has done, history book worthy things, but my parents have done phenomenal things. Well, they raised 4 kids and I only have 2, and I'm just not real sure how they did that without going crazy. And they were just really great role models and parents. And they had been through their own things in life and still came out and went through that and raised great kids. And my dad met my mom when he was 19 and they married when he was 20. And I didn't realize until I was 19 years old and looked around at the 19-year-old boys around me and was like, wow, my dad really married a woman with 2 kids at 20 years old and has been a great father. And that is amazing to me. And my mom she's just super supportive and definitely the kind of parent that I want to be in that. I mean, anything we wanted to do, we were told, you could do that. Let's do it. And even now, I coached Pee Wee cheerleading in Dardanelle for a long time, and my parents showed up on Saturday mornings not having a child that was cheering or playing football or any of that, and worked the concession stand for me every weekend. Just because their daughter was the coach and I was in charge of it, and that's what we did. And they're just great people.
It's awesome. Parenting goals for sure.
But my mom's crying now.
We'll let the moment pass.
It's okay.
Do you have a favorite saying?
Okay, you sent me this, and I was like, I'm never going to be able to think about this. And then I found one. I remembered one. My favorite.
Wow, that's a really motivating saying. That really just hits me.
Thank you.
Words to live by, really.
Words to live by. Oh, man. I'm a really big fan of growth mindset in my classroom. I don't know if you're familiar with the philosophy of growth mindset, but basically it's that making mistakes is necessary to grow. It's really big on the power of the word yet. So we don't say, I'm bad at math. We say, I'm not good at math yet.
good.
and just growing. And one growth mindset quote that I just really love, and I meant to look up who says it because I just say it. I have it on the wall in my classroom. Is whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. And I like that.
Either one of you guys have one?
Excuse me.
You gave her a chance to think about it.
Okay, sure.
It's not fair.
I'm the guest, Joey.
Jeremy is just staring a hole through me.
He's like, I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you've done this.
Be prepared.
Is that your? Yes.
Very nice.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that is your favorite.
One that I recently saw that I've really, really liked is sometimes you have to believe in someone else's belief in you.
I love that. I saw you post that on Facebook, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, that's really, really good. So for my last question, many years down the road, what do you hope to turn around and look back and see in your life?
I lost again. It's not a Tetris legacy. Say that.
You started off strong.
This story of my life was going really well, and then
The next episode.
okay, I'm so sorry. Will you ask that question one more
Yes. Many years down the road,
time?
when things are all said and done,
Mm-hmm.
what do you hope to turn around and look back at your life and see?
I hope that I can look back and see my personal children and the children that I have taught and see them being good people. I will know that I've done my job and I've made an impact somewhere. If someone else can say, I'm a good person because, or I'm kind to other people because Amanda, her mom, Miss George, told me, taught me this is the way that you live your life. So
This is the way.
it's like, I'm watching Star Wars now.
I'm proud of you.
I'm not watching it so much as Jenna Cahoon is watching it with Nathan.
She was over last night talking about it.
That's also a good saying. This is the way.
I don't know if that's even from Star Wars, but
It is.
oh, sweet.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
This show is full of nothing if not just comebacks or throwbacks.
Throwbacks.
Throwbacks
And comebacks.
and comebacks.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to back.
Well, Amanda, we just want to say thank you. Jenna says she has so many theories.
Oh.
About Star Wars.
Okay. Wait. Without giving anything away, this is very important because she's about to watch the third of the '90s movies, which is Episode 3, right?
Yes.
Important. Okay. Jenna has a theory that Anakin is going to go bad.
It's an interesting theory.
It's an interesting theory, I think.
We have to have Jenna on again sometime. And
After she watches all the Star Wars and discuss it, you can play a Star Wars video game.
Yeah,
I'm sure they
last
have
night
one.
we suggested that she writes down all of her theories.
And then goes back and looks at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And she also says, Amanda, you already made a difference for so many. With her.
Oh, I love you.
So we just want to say thank you so
can
much
stop.
for joining us tonight. It's been a ton of fun.
Yes. This is a blast.
Yeah.
I think it was really impressive. I have to say that she was playing and also talking with her hands.
I'm impressive.
That is very impressive to me.
Indeed. So, guys, make sure you check out Junior Auxiliary of Russellville. Learn tonight that they do so much for the community.
Just go like them on Facebook, and you can join our event. Sorry.
No, please.
That way you can keep up with everything that happens in the next week because it's going to be big.
It's going to be big. We will be sharing some of those details to our personal Facebook page as well to keep everybody in the loop. And we just thank you so much. We can now officially say that you yourself are a friend of the show.
I get to be a friend of the show.
And we actually realized earlier tonight that you and Nathan are are one of two of power couples that we've had on our show together.
Sweet.
So
Power couple.
yeah, I like the word power. So
Can I get a T-shirt?
I think you just
Power-
made that up on the spot right there.
I did. Thanks for that.
You're so mean.
So, but we love you. We love Nathan, your whole
Love you
family,
guys
and
so
we just appreciate you so much for being on with us. So make sure you check Junior Auxiliary out on Facebook and help them out with their ginormous event that is coming up very soon. So talk to you guys really quick about what's coming up next for Game for Change. We are actually turning around and we're going to have a show in 2 weeks. From today, 14 days.
And counting.
Less than.
And counting.
He was originally going to be on with us before Snowpocalypse happened, but Rob McCormick, some guy named Rob, joining
I love
us.
Rob.
Really excited to have him on and to talk to him and get to know him better. And we're going to be talking about his adventure, The Great Escape, where he's going to be raising money for River Valley Food for Kids.
Friends of the show.
Friends of the show. We have a lot of friends now.
I like to make
which
friends.
is cool.
We're starting to actually grab a village.
There you go.
I'll turn it all back. Y'all are good.
We
always like to do
We
a full
appreciate it.
circle around the moon.
Yes, around the moon. Rob will be on with us in 2 weeks, and we are going to finish out the show on finish out the month, March 30th. We will have our first margin for error of the new year, and details will be provided with that. On a personal note, I hope to get much more consistent with posting on our Facebook page. I'll have our first clip out from this show on Thursday, and you'll just see more consistency from us going forward. So, yes, Jeremy, I know you're very excited about that.
I am.
But Rob McCormick in 2 weeks. Thank you so much again, Amanda, for
Thank
being
you.
on with us.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Make sure you guys go check out our friends, Lathis Realty. Support them just like they're supporting us, and we greatly appreciate it. Any real estate need you have at all, they can answer those questions, and they can do the things that you need them to do for you. And they're just a fantastic group of people, fantastic business, and we're very proud and honored to be taking this journey with them. So, like I said, 479-968-5668 is our phone number, or RussellvilleLiving.org. So, again, thank you guys. This has been a blast, and there's so much more coming in Season 3 of Game for Change. Things we can talk about, things we can't talk about that are still a secret, but nonetheless, we are so appreciative to have you guys on the ride with us. So, live from the revamped Superhero Studio, Jeremy Hames, Joey Balch, Miss Amanda George, my name is Matt Ketchum. You guys have joined us for Season 3 debut of Game for Change. GG's, and good night.